Hello and welcome back. My name is Artur Gęszyniec. I was the lead story designer for the first Witcher, and I'm playing the game 18 years after the release, adding some commentary and sharing anecdotes and stuff. And today we are still in chapter 2 of the game, and I think we will do two quests that I like very much, mostly because they are a bit imperfect. I like the details here, like the Grim Reaper. Okay. In the last chapter, we had a breakthrough in our investigation. We found the body of Raymond Merlo, our detective friend, and we realized that that he's dead, and Azar Javed, boss of the Salamandra organization, took his place and hidden behind an illusion. But Geralt didn't comment on that. He will do it now.
What do you need?
Here's your key.
Learn anything?
I found Raymond's body in the crypt.
How? I spoke to him recently.
Now I'm sure. The leader of Salamandra, a mage capable of spinning illusions, is masquerading as Raymond.
Okay, so what we did here is something that happens a lot in detective stories. The character knows something, and we want the reader, the viewer, the player to know that the protagonist knows. So we had to find a way of telling that. And because people usually don't talk to themselves, we need to find a character who's interested in this topic. Like here, before we went to the cemetery, the gravedigger was talking that he's a friend of Raymond. So Geralt had a reason to tell him that the real detective was dead. And we needed that as designers because we needed the player to be aware of what's happening and to be aware of what Geralt knows. And that's the reason that Sherlock Holmes always has a Watson, someone who's not so brilliant and needs things to be explained. Do you remember a few episodes back we talked to this guy and he told us a gruesome story when he was a mercenary in Zerikania and local flies like eggs in people's brains. A gruesome vignette, but I would like to remind you of that because it will become relevant soon. I'm buying a flower I would need for reasons later. And for now, because I know that Raymond is dead and Javed is masquerading as Raymond, I would like to talk to the people I wrongly accused to clear the air and finish the quests. So let's talk to Thaler.
So what'll it be? We doing some ploughing business?
I've figured out Salamandra.
Right.
I've figured out Javed.
Spit it out.
Javed is using an illusion to disguise himself as Raymond. The real detective is dead. I have solid proof. Javed's now free to pursue his plans. He wanted me to go after Vincent, Ramsmeet, and Kalkstein.
Dog's balls. I don't know what to say. A while longer and he'd have duped us all. How do you want to finish this son of a bitch off?
I need to weaken him. Unfortunately, I don't know how.
Talk to the men he's after. They might know.
I'll find you later.
This is the nice part of the story when, although we were not very nice to Thaler or some of the people we suspected, when we clear things out, they try to help because they also have an interest in fighting Salamandra.
What is it, Witcher?
I know about your connection to Salamandra.
Oh, yes?
I'll summarize.
Continue.
My encounter with Salamandra was the professor's doing. You were forced to release him.
The law's the law.
To keep your investigation intact, you kept it secret. Your nightly dealings are not my business.
Finally sounding sensible.
Acknowledging your reasons.
I wish you'd said so sooner.
Well,
Here's a city guard ring. Wear it, and the guard shouldn't give you any trouble.
thanks. Know anything else about Salamandra?
Salamandra aims to take over the Fistech trade. Javed smelled the money in it. He's a junkie himself.
Okay, so now we got the signet ring that would help us to open the gate to the dike. So as you can see, or go into the Lebiada cemetery. As you can see, this is useful had we cleared Vincent Mice like hours later, hours before, but now it's not really useful.
What is it, Witcher?
It's Raymond,
What's Raymond?
the Salamandra boss.
Believe me, Witcher. Raymond has excellent reasons to detest Salamandra. Besides, Javed leads them.
Salamandra killed the real Raymond. Javed has used Raymond's good name to pursue his goals while concealed behind a magical illusion.
How'd you figure that out?
Deduction, the detective's most reliable instrument.
So, Raymond. Geralt, I have to admit, good work. Full moon soon. I got paperwork to do. It'll take a while.
What does the full moon have to do with it?
Absolutely nothing. Forget about it. Patience, Witcher. We'll get the bastard in good time.
Ever heard this? If you want something done well, do it yourself.
What do you mean?
Absolutely nothing. Forget about it.
Almost forgot. If it's true, and I suspect it is, then I gotta admit it. Good work. Thanks.
So we got nice words from Vincent, and we clearly see that he's hiding something from us still, and we are clearly hiding some things from him, because we clearly want to finish this whole Azar Javed business by ourselves, not waiting for the city guards. Also, we did some foreshadowing of events yet to come.
See ya.
I think we'll go and see what's happening in the dungeon. We started our adventure here.
I have questions.
Ask.
If Foltest put a reward on the professor's head, he must detest Salamandra.
It's not royal gold. Privately funded.
Interesting.
There's also payments for Salamander badges taken from dead bandits.
Who is this philanthropist?
I can't tell you, but the sponsor's representative spends his evenings at the tavern.
I'll check it out. See ya.
Okay. So, I should have asked this sooner, because I probably have a bunch of Salamandra badges. So, we'll go into the inn anyway, but before that, we will go and talk to Kalkstein, because we also suspected him, and he's not guilty, after all.
And what good was your heroism? Scars, glory and honor, that's what.
Waste of words.
I like listening to the commoners, to the chats they are glimpses into little personal stories, and they do some world building, create the atmosphere. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Here he is.
Sorry, I got lost in thought.
I suspected you were working with Javed.
You think I lead Salamandra? I'll die laughing!
Someone went a long way to implicate you.
Oh, so you believe it's not me?
Azar wanted me to think you worked for him.
I'd never do that. Know why?
Why?
That madman draws power from fire. It's the element of chaos, uncontrollable by rational thought, the opposite of the order embodied in the other elements.
Drawing from fire is dangerous. That's all I need to know.
So, when we clear suspects, we usually get a nice little piece of information about Azar Javed.
Sorry, I got lost in thought.
I know Raymond is the Salamandra leader.
Are you sure?
Yes, I have irrefutable evidence. Azar killed Raymond and assumed his identity using an illusion.
The rogue. What do you intend to do about it?
You're better off not knowing.
Be careful. He has great power. You must separate him from its source, the element of fire. Lure him to a place where the magical aura is unstable. It would be best if this place was surrounded by the opposing element, water.
The tower in the swamp.
Ideal. You'd stand a chance there.
Maybe you noticed that those lines when Geralt said, "I have refutable evidence," the tone of voice was slightly different than in the rest of his dialogue lines in this dialogue. That probably means that those lines were recorded later at a different date, maybe in a pickup session when we recorded the last minute changes. And that's so sometimes when voice actors work for a long time, the tone slightly changes, and it's rarely noticeable when a dialogue is recorded at the same time. But if the lines are recorded at different moments, sometimes it can be heard. And I think those lines were recorded at the pickup session because they were part of this redoing of the investigation quest that I was talking about in the last chapter.
See ya.
So, as you can see, everything comes together. We need to open the quest, the tower in the swamp, anyway. And now we have a reason to lure Azar Javed there because he will be separated from the element of fire, which he draws power from. So we did all we could to connect those two quest lines. In a way, that felt natural. Like we needed a logical reason for Javed to go with us to the swamp, so we could finish the quest, the whole chapter in one place. Okay, we're going to the tavern. Maybe we'll be able to sell some Salamandra badges.
Fighting or watching?
I'll find you later.
To be honest, I don't remember who works for this mysterious benefactor. No,
Best be going.
I don't have time or liver to drink with them. I am looking for someone.
I respect those who take risks.
Take care.
I'm trying to find the guy who's interested in Salamandra badges. But to be honest, I'm not sure if he's here, because there's a slight chance that that was Coleman, whom I had killed.
So long.
Okay, so I might be out of luck here. It might have been Coleman who was interested in the Salamandra badges. Oh well, so we'll buy some alcohol for the potions. And then, because we still have an autopsy to perform, okay, tonight. So maybe this guy appears only at night. So let's pay 5 oranges.
Don't bet on the boxing. It's rigged. What do you want?
Well,
Any rooms?
5 oranges.
and you asked in the commentaries why we don't have a room, why we are meditating on a floor, on a carpet on the floor. And there are 2 reasons, as you might suspect. One reason is that the interior just doesn't have any rooms, and we couldn't afford and didn't have time to make some. But the other reason is more like stemming from gameplay, because we don't really need to sleep. We just need a place to quickly meditate, brew some potions, and level up our characters and rewind time. So we usually use like this meditation setting while we are in a hurry, waiting for some other things or planning some other things. And if each time we had to go to the room, open the room, go into the room, meditate there, go out of the room, go back, it would quickly become boring. So we decided this is a nice and viable compromise, and we just invite players to play pretend with us, trying to imagine that maybe Geralt really rents a room, and this is just, an imperfect visualization of this situation. But no one new appear. Oh, maybe. And who's this guy?
Ugh, how can they drink this? What is it anyway?
I suppose it's wine.
Wine? Couldn't pass for wine, stepbrother.
So what is it?
Ugh, diluted dog's piss. Thus, I come here rarely.
I thought this was the only tavern around.
I live in the trade quarter, but the inns there are closed. Want to earn some coin?
You mentioned you might have a job for me. Care to elaborate?
I know where to find fine spirit, but it requires a sword to get it.
You need a warrior to have a drink?
I know a place with 100-year-old wine from Toussaint.
What's the catch?
The wine cellar is in a house where monsters now haunt.
It'll cost 200 orens.
Deal. I'll return here at midnight.
Where's the house?
Take the gate leading to the dike. On the right, it leads to the canal. The house is on the left.
Okay. So we get a quest, although there is still no one interested in Salamandra badges. Oh well. witches can't be choosers. So let's go and kill some monsters. I really like those loading screens between locations. They are very atmospheric, very like pretty is not the good word, but I like them like artistically. But I will tell you, they are not concept arts. They were done afterwards, like just by painting over the screens from the game or the screens from the locations. Because of the very chaotic production process, most of those things that you see weren't really concepted, or the concepts were, I don't know, lost along the way. So if you got like this, art book that went together with the collectioner's edition of the game, that was not a real art book. All those concept arts, or most of them, were created after the game was released. Just some artists got this task to draw what looked like concept arts, and it was a bit cheating, but at the same time the art book was really nice. Bad City Project, or we learned from it, and for the following games, for Witcher 2, we had a real concepting process, and a lot of iterations were done while in the concept phase, and I must say that worked pretty well later on. But here, as I said, we cheated a bit, and those were not real concepts. Okay, so we did this surprise quest, and now what time is it? I think now we have to go back to the hairy bear, maybe give the wine to, maybe meditate till midnight, give the wine to Conrad, and then go to perform the autopsy. I was hoping to find Ramsmith here and to tell him that I no longer suspect him, but he's nowhere to be seen. I may have spooked him, talking to him too frankly the last time we've met. So we'll see if I will have the occasion to apologize to the crime lord for suspecting him of being a crime lord, a different crime lord. And who's here?
Yes?
It wasn't easy, but I managed.
Splendid. I have no coin, though. Drank it all away. I'll keep one bottle. You take the rest for your toil.
Fine.
I knew you to be a decent man.
Okay. So we gave him the most uncommon wine, and we'll try to sell the rest. Okay, I don't know if it's a good idea, but like, who cares? Geralt is not into wine anyway. Oh, I found the guy.
Welcome, traveler.
I hear you buy jewelry.
What if I do?
Tell me who's paying for salamander badges or your own mother won't recognize you.
Shove off. Shove off.
Okay, that was not very nice of me. So we'll try to meditate for 1 hour just to rewind time, and maybe the guy will respawn, and maybe his demeanor will change. Let's see. Yeah.
What do you want?
I want to sell a badge.
$10 apiece.
Deal.
I'll buy some cheap powder. Find customers, grow wealthy. As if. Nothing like mugging.
Okay, I guess I sold some items.
What do you want?
And now I will pay him to learn who's his boss. No. Okay. He wants to drink with him. I don't really want to do that. And if I were really conducting this investigation, I would probably try to talk with this guy, but because I'm playing for your entertainment, let's imagine I talked with him, and I learned, if I remember correctly, that the merchant Luverden is paying for salamander badges, which suggests that maybe he's not the leader of this organization. And now let's go and do the autopsy. But firstly, let's take those gloves from the laundry basket, because Geralt is not creepy at all. Okay, so here is the dead body, here is Shani, and this will be the first quest that I really like in this chapter. It will be an autopsy, and I like it because it's very clunky and it's done in a very old-fashioned way, because we work under very tight engine and budget constraints.
Ready for the autopsy?
Let's get started.
So the first thing to do, because we couldn't afford a cutscene here, so we did all we could to create a dynamic situation where you feel like you are really examining the body. So Shani moves a lot and the dialogue moves a lot.
Race, human. Gender, male. Wounds, extensive.
Shani, this isn't a lecture hall.
Whatever you say. He died yesterday, torn to pieces.
We wanted to give this CSI and crime TV dramas vibe, like it was, a real autopsy done by a professional. And The Witcherland is not Middle Ages. The books were not set in Middle Ages. It's a fictional world, very postmodern, and people in this world, despite the world looks medieval, they dress differently, they behave differently, and their understanding of science and the procedures sometimes are very modern. So we are staying within the setting, despite at the same time recreating a scene from a modern CSI movie or TV series. Okay, a werewolf. That is a foreshadowing hidden within the scene. This is what you sometimes do when you write a story. You drop a hint that becomes relevant later, but for the moment, it is disguised as something else. Here we have like those three approaches to what we see. We don't see anything, yeah. It all happens in the player's imagination, but these are three approaches. We can ask Shani, or we can be proactive. And as you can see, these are like Witcher. This is a Witcher thinking. Like, was it a werewolf? Maybe scavengers, maybe some ghouls or something like this. Could those wounds be inflicted by a human? Let's say we noticed that the bone marrow has been sucked out, so it must be scavengers. Some of those lines appear only if we know something about a monster or know something about the world. So the more time we spend learning about the world, the more options we have in this dialogue.
The bone marrow has been sucked out. Must be scavengers.
Very likely. Plenty around the cemetery.
So, he was torn to pieces after he died. I'm interested in the cause of death.
I also see some stab wounds. A blade 2 fingers wide.
External signs aren't everything. His neck muscles and palms look tense. How do you know when he died?
Normally I base it on muscle stiffness and dehydration, but rigor mortis is persisting for too long.
They say successful autopsies are based on curiosity. Should we look?
Let's check his internal organs.
So, because we talked to Vincent about autopsies and we read a book of autopsies, Geralt has already some opinions, quite good guesses. As you can see, Shani moved, so we begin the next stage of the investigation, and it's, if you remember, a similar quest in Witcher 3. That was like the full pizzazz, bells and whistles, like mock-up scene, animations that really showed the dead body, like lots of cutscenes, and it was much more visceral in Witcher 3. Here we are playing to the player's imagination, and we are giving all we could for the players and us now to imagine that this is a real autopsy.
The symptoms are peculiar, and the cause of death, too.
Those wounds are too obvious. I suspect something more. Poison?
If so, a rare sword. Perhaps an alchemist's brew.
Kalkstein?
Ah! Liver's completely cirrhotic. It was obviously a potent poison. This stinks of alchemy.
This is too easy.
Life can be simple sometimes.
Are you certain poison is the only explanation for the unusual rigor mortis?
The most likely cause.
I have a sinking feeling there's more to this.
We can try the coroner's last resort, opening the skull.
So as you can see, the first cause of death, potential cause of death was a knife, so it was easy to pin, let's say, on ram's meat. Now we found that he's been poisoned by alchemy, so it's easy to pin on Kalkstein. And depending on how we fare in the investigation, the autopsy might have concluded here. If we hadn't discovered the truth and hadn't exonerated Kalkstein, we will probably end this quest being sure that Kalkstein killed the guy.
Opening the skull, always a pleasure. See that in the brain?
Larva of the Zeracanian tsetse fly.
But how did they get in his brain?
It's part of their development cycle. If we were in Zeracania, I'd say a fly crawled up his nose and laid its eggs.
We're in Temeria.
Our climate is too cold and dry for the tsetse fly. Even if someone brought eggs, how would they get up his nose?
What do these eggs look like?
Tiny, white, like flour.
Or Fistek? Geralt, I gave him Fistek before he died. He was suffering terribly, and we had no other anesthetics. I thought it was safe.
Where did you get it?
From your friend, the detective. He told me it was from special stock.
Raymond.
Then we have a problem.
He added eggs to the Fistek, then came here at night to fake the other evidence.
That doesn't sound like Raymond at all.
My medallion vibrates whenever I see him lately. And Zeracania? That's where Azar Javed is from. The real Raymond may no longer be with us.
But I saw him just yesterday.
Azar's using an illusion, trying to manipulate me. Thanks, Shani. I couldn't have figured it out without you.
What will you do now?
I'll talk to Kalkstein first. He should help me prepare.
So, as you can see, the dialogue was written in such a way that if we start with the autopsy, Shani would really be essential to discovering the truth. Now that we know the truth, and we just wanted to learn Azar's methods, the dialogue is more like Geralt not wanting to show all of his cards, or maybe wanting to appreciate the help Shani gave him. But at the same time, one of the reasons was that we couldn't afford two versions of the dialogue. So yeah, and Raymond's or let's say Azar's plan was convoluted in a very nice way. All those like tsetse flies added to Fistek, very macabre, and at the same time we learned about the Zeracanian tsetse fly by talking to the gardener, and that was a crucial piece of information. But when we learned it, it was just a lovely macabre anecdote that was like building the setting, building the character, and that was also planting a seed and then a payoff. So it became in the right under the right circumstances, the anecdote became a crucial piece of knowledge. But we didn't know that when we first talked to the gardener.
Upstairs, Father. Be my guest.
I'll go at once.
And that's something that I really liked about this quest, that although the autopsy quest, that although it's not, very interactive, we don't get to like touch the body or like choose, let's start with the head, let's start with the feet, let's look under the fingernails. We wanted to do that, but without being able to show Geralt looking under the fingernails and stuff like this, it wasn't working so well. But what we managed to do, we managed to reward players who were curious and who explored the world and talked to the characters and licked every stone. So looking from this perspective, the player has a great agency in this autopsy, or maybe in other words, the autopsy is the reward for all the initiative and curiosity of the player before the autopsy.
Yes?
You need any help?
I'd like to ask a favor.
I'm listening.
Remember Dandelion? Well, we're trying to organize a gathering.
A gathering?
To reminisce, have a few drinks. However...
Lacking the drinks?
You guessed it, and I don't want to serve just anything.
What do you need?
Cherry vodka for Dandelion, rosé wine for me, and something for you.
I'll try.
Okay, and that would be the second quest that I like, the famous Shani party. And from the quest we learned that Geralt...
I wanted to talk.
Sorry, let's talk another time.
But I think we have everything. We have Rosea, We have Temerian rye or Temerian vodka for Geralt, and we have some cherry cordial, don't we? I was sure we were buying some cherry cordial, but probably I was mistaken. Okay, so despite my efforts to come here prepared, we have to go to the inn and buy cherry cordial for Dandelion, and that would be the moment where we will meet our best friend from the books, Dandelion, like the bard. And it is a common opinion, but I don't know if it's, true, that Dandelion in the books is sort of Andrzej Sapkowski's stand-in. Like, he's an artist, very, like, with interesting personality. Oh, okay. Those pesky assassins. I didn't realize he was chasing me the whole time. Okay, so let's buy rosé. No, not rosé, but
Made up your mind?
cherry cordial for... Okay, I have everything I need, but maybe... Let's try once again.
I want to sell it back.
Dinner a piece.
I'll come back.
Okay.
What you want?
Drink with me?
Sure.
No, we don't have time for that. But let's imagine we drank with him and learned about Luvarton. And right now, let's try and let's try and have a party. And the reason for this quest, well, there were several reasons, but one of them was that we were missing something in the game that was happening very often in the books. The books are full of, mystery and death and serious themes and monsters. Okay, but also they are full of friendship, camaraderie, and those moments when people just enjoy life. And we missed that. We wanted something like this in the game. So we decided, let's just have a party.
Upstairs, Father. Be my guest.
I'll go at once.
And because Shani was a character from the book and she knew Dandelion, we had Dandelion's character model, so we knew and we wanted him in the game. We decided to use Shani as the reason for them all to meet and to introduce this very important character. And this is this moment when we are allowing the player to make their own choices, because Shani says just bring a friend, and this is a moment when we allow the player to decide who he considers like a friend he would invite to a party. And there are three options. First option, the one I usually go with, is Zoltan. And I do it because I've read the books. I'm a fan of the books, and Zoltan and Geralt were friends, and Zoltan and Dandelion knew each other, so he seems a perfect fit for that. And the second, seriously, and the second choice is Siegfried, like the Knight of the Order, and that's because he's a nice guy, quite charismatic, and also Zoltan is a dwarf, so he sort of represents Geralt's siding with non-humans, but Siegfried is a Knight of the Order, so he represents, inviting him sort of represents Geralt siding emotionally with the Order of the Flaming Rose. And where is Zoltan? During the day he's somewhere here, but maybe he's in the inn. I don't remember where to find him. So those are the two, let's say, obvious choices. But because we know that comedy and interesting stories often stem from allowing the main character to do controversial and sometimes stupid choices, we allowed a third choice, because you can invite, you can try and invite Carmen to the party.
Nice to see you.
But we won't do that. And if we do, the whole sequence plays out like a romantic comedy, because we can suspect, or the player can suspect, that maybe Shani is interested in him, like in Geralt, and Geralt is bringing another girl, and this leads to some, romantic comedy stuff. But you can try this by yourself. Okay, Ramsmith's not here, Zoltan is not here, so let's just meditate till the morning and then go and have a party. And I will also go with Zoltan, because I think that, if I remember correctly, this would allow us for some, for showing some background and commenting on some things that happened in the books that both Dandelion and Zoltan witnessed, and I think that would be a nice thing to talk about. So let's go and talk to Zoltan, and then let's go and have a party and meet an old friend. Oh, but first, and I'm sorry for that.
I heard Rivia is ruled by a wise and strong queen. She was once beautiful, but was wounded during the war. Now her face is scarred.
You're worldly.
Modern women need knowledge of the world.
I'm sure.
What would you like to know?
This queen she talked about, she was the character of the Thronebreaker, the Gwent game, and also a character from the books. Oh, Zoltan, I'll catch you later.
Heard any news from the non-human district?
I've no interest in those matters.
Have you heard news of a witcher in...
Yes, reputed to be the White Wolf, a dog for sorceresses.
Okay, let's play coy.
You don't know what you're talking about. This Witcher is perfectly normal.
Are you suggesting I'm spreading false rumors?
I merely wanted
I never lie. Never.
to say that
Got that?
I'm Geralt of Rivia.
You tricked me. Get lost.
Oh,
What would you like to know?
so yeah.
News of a Witcher in town?
Yes, reputed to be the White Wolf, a dog for sorceresses.
This whole conversation is, I can imagine it's slightly uncomfortable for Geralt,
With or without magical abilities.
but he tries to.
Dandelion claims otherwise.
What's Dandelion say?
That this Witcher had no interest in a normal lass. He only fancied ladies with problems, or ones who were abnormal.
How interesting.
Moreover, he had difficulties with abnormal ones too. You've grown pale. Are you okay?
So first of all, I didn't write the dialogue, but it cracks me up every time because it really it is in character for Dandelion to diss Geralt a bit, but in a friendly way, and also saying that Geralt is interested only in women who has troubles is pretty good summary of the Geralt from the books, who's very emo, suffering, and slightly dysfunctional guy that we all love. But still.
I have a problem.
Your secrets are safe with me.
You've got a beautiful smile.
That's very kind. But you mentioned a problem.
Have you heard news of a Witcher in town?
Yes, reputed to be the White Wolf, a dog for sorceresses.
He fancies women with or without.
I'm trying to chat her up.
We're good friends.
Really? Is it true Witchers can't have children?
Sad as it is.
I feel sorry for him.
So we'll talk about it until until Geralt will be ready.
Women with or without magical abilities.
If you were more handsome, I might mistake you for him.
It's hard living up to a legend.
What do you mean?
I'm Witcher Geralt of Rivia.
They won't believe this. Give me a gift I can show my friends.
So this is
Great idea.
I am Geralt of Rivia, and everything about you heard about me in the intimate context is true.
Now I must see the White Wolf in all his splendor.
Oh yeah. I like this one because it's funny, and I imagine that Geralt is horny and really cringing or uncomfortable for most of the of the talk. So yeah, that's funny. Zoltan, my boy Zoltan.
Yes?
Oh, we had a Witcher sword, and I forgot to ask Zoltan about it.
What do you know about my silver sword?
What, me? A simple dwarf?
Shani insisted your knowledge of weapons is unequaled.
All right. Silver-plated blade, a steel core, suited to a two-handed grip. Decent workmanship, not perfect. I don't know runes for shit.
Thanks.
No problem.
So we learned we own a proper, pretty decent Witcher sword. Not the best quality, but pretty okay.
Care to drop in on Shani's party?
At our place?
Yeah. See you there.
Bring alcohol.
Farewell.
Okay. So I think Geralt is, that was not cool from him. it was not cool that he hooked up with those with this gossip woman on his way to a party with his friends. But well, what can you say?
I can't handle this. My heart! Help!
What now?
Such debauchery under my roof. She hooks herself a musician or something.
It's the famous poet, Dandelion.
I know his fame. I've no desire to listen to a crying brat 9 months from now.
Shall I chaperone them?
Finally, you're making sense.
Yes, if she only knew. Geralt is... Yes, you're getting old, Granny, because Geralt is the worst choice for a chaperone that I can think of.
Hi, Geralt. Dandelion can't wait to see you.
So this is our old friend Dandelion.
Geralt? I'll be damned. For a second there, I thought I was seeing a ghost.
No, I'm no ghost.
Am I losing my mind? Is this a joke? Shawnee?
And it's no joke.
But how? I saw it myself.
What did you see, Dandelion?
I saw her tell them to put you on a boat. And there was a unicorn, and Milva, Cahir, and Angulem, and Yarpen, and Zoltan. We all witnessed it.
Yeah, he's talking about the death of Geralt from the books, and the her he mentioned is Ciri, but he doesn't say the name.
I lost my memory, but I want to know why everyone's so surprised to see me alive. Tell me everything, step by step.
5 years ago, we were sitting in a tavern with friends, eating escargot, drinking vodka. A bloodthirsty mob attacked the non-human district. You went out into the street to scare them off, and then...
What?
Someone stabbed you in the stomach with a pitchfork. A fatal wound. There was nothing we could do.
Are you telling me everything?
We were all there.
All meaning who?
You really don't remember a thing. Your loved ones. Your friends.
Sounds a bit like a ballad.
It's the truth and nothing but. Geralt, forgive me. I still can't believe you're here.
Listen, Dandelion, I don't have proof because that's impossible. I don't remember. I'm afraid some things can't be explained. Let's sit down, have a drink like old friends. Time will tell who I am.
You're right. We've been through too much together. I'd know.
You might notice that Dandelion, when he realized that Geralt really doesn't remember anything, he decided not to go into details, not to mention Yennefer or Ciri. First, because we didn't want him to, because we weren't prepared to handle Ciri and Yennefer. But at the same time, we thought that he would knew that Geralt would go and try to find them the moment he remembered their existence, and Dandelion, he probably thought it would be not a good idea to tell Geralt like the whole truth until the situation clears up and Dandelion is sure who is he dealing with.
I've been thinking and I have a question.
Don't hold back, Dandelion. It doesn't suit you.
Let's imagine your next contract is a vampire. What would you do?
Yeah, that's this dialogue is a treat for people who read the books.
You said we've been through a lot together, so you should know.
Ha! What if I said you'd reach a deal with this vampire?
Dandelion, believe me, if you could tell a Bruxer to hunt rabbits, for instance, I'd be long unemployed.
What about higher vampires?
They're rare. I don't know.
Let me show you what drinking blood means to a higher vampire.
Dandelion.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Strong, but good.
You were about to enlighten me.
I just did that with that last shot. Listen to a man who's lived a little and not lost his memory. Higher vampires treat blood like we treat...
Ooh, someone's coming.
Zoltan Chive, miss. It's been a while, Dandelion. Greetings, Geralt.
Greetings.
Hey, Zoltan.
I've a hankering for good booze.
It's coming.
Pour around, Geralt.
So yeah, this higher vampire, Geralt is already plastered. The higher vampire that I mentioned is, of course, Regis.
My eyes are watering.
Booze is best, I always say.
It depends. For a romantic dinner for two, booze won't do. Not so much for the taste, but because of the after effects.
My Eudora and I have often downed a jug and observed no effects.
I prefer wine, but don't mind liquor. In moderation.
Quality booze is also used in modern medical treatments, which Shani will confirm.
It's an excellent disinfectant, yes.
Not only, it warms the body, alleviates pain, and overcomes weakness.
Let's test it.
Cheers!
Most of us were like in their 20s or early 30s, and to be honest, the work was so stressful that we partied quite often and drank quite a bit during the production of the first Witcher, and you can see that in this quest.
So, as I was saying, unlike the lesser ones, higher vampires don't need blood, human or otherwise. Blood, my dear monster slayer, is like booze to them.
Where'd you learn this?
By the spider's hairy balls, I know.
Am I the only one who's confused?
No, I don't get it either. Dandelion, what's your point?
Geralt, you had a true friend who was a vampire.
Did I also have a friend who was a dragon?
Actually, you did, so the joke's on you. In any case, this vampire's name was Regis. Zoltan can back me up.
He was your friend and could pull red-hot horseshoes from the hearth without burning his bare hands.
What happened to this Regis?
Emil Regis Rohalak Tertsif Godfroy died fighting by your side, Geralt. Let's drink to him and others who have fallen.
Let's drink.
Caleb Stratton.
Rusty!
So, yeah, if you played Blood and Wine, the expansion to the third Witcher, you had the occasion to meet Regis in person.
As I was saying, unlike the lesser ones,
higher vampire, and they are hard to kill.
Blood, my dear monster slayer, is like booze to them.
Where'd you learn this?
By the spider.
Okay.
No, I don't get it either.
Geralt, you had...
Did I also...
Actually...
He was your friend.
What happened to this
Emil?
Let's drink.
Caleb's...
Rusty!
Okay. So... I hope Geralt won't pass out during this conversation. Zoltan is not talking to us. Maybe Shani has something to say. If only Geralt finds his way.
What is it?
Tell me about the Battle of Brenna.
With 4 of us and thousands of wounded, I never left the tent.
I admire you, Shani.
It was one of the worst days of my life.
I hope you don't mind that I invited Zoltan.
I like him.
I'm glad.
So as you can see, there is no problem to solve here. We're just, having fun with friends.
Zoltan's right. We need some lard.
That mummy downstairs must have a full larder.
You're joking.
That mummy must have some lard. Maybe pickles, too.
Shani?
Just don't get caught, Geralt. I'll pay for them tomorrow.
Wait a second. Why me?
Dwarves are no masters of stealth. Shani wouldn't sneak about, and Dandelion, well, he'd mess up.
All right. I'll be right back.
Okay, so this is where we decided as designers that we needed some, actual gameplay here during this quest, and some high stakes, some danger. And in this town, or in this house, the final boss is the granny. So drawing from our experiences at the uni and from our tumultuous youth, we decided to write a quest about sneaking about for some things to eat while drinking heavily, and we decided to go for the Polish thing. That is, it's translated pickles and lard, but to be honest, they are not pickles, but like this cucumbers in brine. So slightly different recipe. Pickles are in vinegar, and the Polish cucumbers you eat while drinking are in brine, and like those fat you put on your bread. Okay, we managed to do it.
Any success?
Lard and pickles.
How about sugar?
Zoltan.
Fine, lard will do.
And now we'll have some music.
Let him play.
I think I know the perfect song for Zoltan.
We'd love to hear it.
Sing away, Dandelion.
So we have a cutscene, Dandelion singing.
By the woods can you see Wolf in all his might, grinning madly, wagging gladly, bouncing with delight. My oh my, what a sight! Why no melancholy? Must be that, still not wed, that is why so jolly. Ow, ow, ow! In the grass, can you see? Wolf just limps along, looking down, awful frown, crying like a dog. Why is this mighty beast so badly rampaged? Must be that, freshly wed, or lately engaged. Ow! 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 Zoltan, how's the wife?
Hard question, Dandelion. The old times will never come back.
The good old times.
Shani's asleep. Let's have a drink, then leave.
To Shani.
Okay, let's talk to Shani.
Quiet, Dandelion's singing. Quiet.
No, he's not. Okay. So now they escaped, and we'll have to sober up. Oh. So yes. And going back to the Dandelion song, you might see that it's not the quality of Priscilla's song in the third Witcher, but we were using like the dialogue system, so every line had to be like played separately. You couldn't really it would be hard to record the whole song at once. So we decided to go with what Dandelion used to do in the books. So, those silly little songs, maybe folk songs, usually based on folk songs, like slightly funny, maybe sometimes a bit raunchy. And this time he was making slight fun of Zoltan, who got married, and so he was talking like this song about how good it is to be a bachelor, because that is who Dandelion is, an eternal bachelor. And yes, even Geralt at some point found, the love of his wife and settled down a bit, but not Dandelion. And the other thing, going back to Regis and like this, his story about blood, his problem with substance abuse, because that's how it was framed in the books, that he had problems drinking too much blood and got into troubles because of that. And right now, I don't want to sound insensitive, but when the book came out, it was thought in the Polish fandom that maybe this character somehow reflected Sapkowski's own experiences, because if you knew him or saw him during like the fan conventions back then, there was a moment when he looked like he struggles with some problems with alcohol himself. So when the books came out, like this vampire, very intelligent and very wise old vampire having some problems with substance abuse, some people thought that it might be a reflection of some personal experiences. Not for me to judge that. In a way, I think we all somehow reflect like parts of our lives in the things we do. That was just, I digressed.
Upstairs, Father. Be my guest.
I'll go at once.
I'm happy that she didn't catch us when I was stealing the food from her cabinet, because she would shove me out to the streets.
Yes.
So, and this is the moment when we can give the rose to Shani.
Red roses, Geralt. So
You're blushing.
I get flowers so rarely.
A pretty young medic like you can't be lacking admirers.
Well, this gloomy fellow scared everyone else away.
If you need help.
No, I'm fine. He was mysterious, even charming in a peculiar way. We actually went out a few times, and who knows what might have happened if I hadn't discovered he was leading a double life.
Who do you mean?
Thaler. I doubt you know him. We were walking along the dike one evening when I realized we were being followed by two men wearing gray coats over Special Forces armor.
The coats were supposed to hide them. They didn't know at university I learned to recognize their kind. I thought we were going to be arrested, then Thaler told me not to worry. Duty called, and we needed to part. I was about to give him a piece of my mind when I noticed the men giving him signals.
Were they wearing salamander badges?
Wait. I was curious, so I said he broke my heart and faked fainting. Thaler said to the men, "This better be important." One of them answered, "But Chief, we hid invisible-like." Thaler said, "Your balls will be invisible-like when I shove them up your ass." I couldn't help but burst out laughing.
How'd it end?
They walked me home. I heard an invisible one say their operation against Salamandra had failed.
Who were they?
Voltest's secret police. When we first met in Oxenfurt, I helped you evade Redanian agents. The Temerian ones are little better.
Speaking of Oxenfurt, what did Dandelion actually interrupt?
Thought you'd never ask.
Okay, so now we have the second cutscene dedicated to, some intimate moments. And it also has a comedic accent, like this dust going from the ceiling, and this disgruntled granny on the ground floor. But we also learned that Shani went out with Thaler once or twice, she definitely has a thing for men who are ugly in an interesting way, like Geralt or Thaler. And we also learned that Thaler works, or maybe he's somewhere high in the Temeria secret police, that he's a spy. And that means that we wrote this dialogue when we already started working on chapter 3, because in chapter 3 we needed the chief of Redanian intelligence, of Temerian intelligence, and he was supposed to be someone different. But then we learned that we won't be able to make all the character models we planned to do, and the model who was supposed to be the chief of Temerian intelligence was one of the models that got cut out from the list. So we had to recast the character, and we didn't want to use a commoner. Like, for someone so special, we wanted him to look interestingly unique. So we looked at the character we already had, and we realized that Thaler is a perfect fit for the role, because when we started writing Thaler, he was just defense here in Vizima, in the temple quarter. But then we realized that it might be just a ruse, a secret identity, that he's hiding like a spider in his web, like looking at all or taking part in all the shady dealings and gathering intel. So this is what I like while writing on stories, that sometimes you just let the story talk to you and reveal the truths about itself. Because we sort of decided that Thaler was the chief of Temerian intelligence, but at the same time, I feel like we discovered it. Like, we looked at the story, at the shape of the story, at the character, and we realized that he's probably the guy. So this is one of the moments when I think from constraints grew something good, that the story became better, the characters became more nuanced, because we couldn't afford to do it this way we originally planned. Because if there were two separate characters, Thaler and this chief of Redanian intelligence, the story wouldn't be so, meaty. It would be a new character to introduce. We wouldn't care for them. We wouldn't have a history with them. But we have a history with Thaler, so when we will meet him in his other role, the scene would play totally differently. And that happened because of budget constraints. So that was a lesson for us, that sometimes very often constraints can be used to boost our creativity. So I think this will be everything for today. We spent some nice time with friends. We learned the truth about Salamandra and about Azor Javed, and we learned some hidden truths about Thaler. And I think we'll conclude second chapter in the next episode. Thank you once more, and goodbye.